Hey, what's happening? This is Tom, NerdRemix.com. I review today of Let Me In. Yeah, let me get this out so you can... Let Me In. Yeah. And it came with a little prequel comic. I kind of recommend the Blu-ray. It comes with a free digital copy and everything else. Not that I would do something like that. But Let Me In is an Americanization of a Swedish film called Let the Right One In that came out to much fanfare and hype about 2 or 3 years ago. It escapes me right now, but got to be about 3 years ago. And did a lot of stuff at festivals. There's a big buzz about it. I bought the DVD. People were saying best vampire movie ever and all this. It was a good movie. It was very emotional. It wasn't big on scares, but it was gruesome in points, and it was good. I liked it, but in no way did I think it lived up to the hype. And a lot of films have been Americanized to pretty good success. And you had Juan with The Grudge. You had Ringu, The Ring, which was an enormously successful film. You've had A Tale of Two Sisters that was got Americanized. I can't think of the title of that one. Was it I don't think it was The Uninvited. I'm not sure. It might have been. Yeah, I think it was Uninvited. But it was a good movie. And, sometimes it works. Like The Ring, it worked fantastic. The Grudge, I thought, worked pretty well until they started making a bunch of useless sequels. And this being a Swedish film, and Swedes are usually only famous for, like, meatballs and those little gummy fish, right? Those candy fish, Swedish fish or something. I like this movie. I think let me get into the cast first of all. It was directed by a guy named Matt Reeves. It was also written for the screen by Matt Reeves. He did a lot of episodes for Felicity on TV, which I don't know how he makes the jump from that to this. And the original novel, of course, Let the Right One In, was written by John Avide Lindqvist. So the movie stars Cody Smith-McPhee. I don't know really what he's done besides The Road. He's kind of a creepy, effeminate-looking little kid. He plays Owen, and then Abby, the other protagonist, the female protagonist, if you will, is played by Chloe Grace Moretz, who was in Kick-Ass. The father figure is played by Richard Jenkins, and there's a cop that features pretty prominently in it. He's played by Elias Koteas. That gets you principal characters out of the way. There's a lot of peripheral characters. There's a lot of victims, but we won't get into those. And you do see Owen's mom for a short time, but not much. She doesn't figure much into this. She's a bit of a drinker. Movie centers around Owen, who is a lonely kid in the apartment complex, gets picked on, bullied a lot. The mysterious neighbor girl moves in with her mysterious father. Turns out she's not all that she seems. They befriend each other, and she basically teaches him how to stand up for himself. And here's the thing. Let the Right One In, I thought, was a good movie. Didn't live up to the hype. Very emotional movie. Let Me In, I think, for me anyway, surpasses the original in many ways. And you're going to hate me for saying this, but the original that I saw, Let the Right One In, we'll refer to that as Right, for argument's sake, was dubbed. And I've watched a lot of dubbed movies. I'm a big fan of Italian horror movies, and I've seen some really atrocious dubbing. This was actually really good dubbing, but I got more emotionally involved with the characters and Let Me In because they were speaking English, and they were meant to speak English. But, hate on me all you want for that, but I am not bagging on foreign films in any way. I love a lot of foreign films. Guillermo del Toro stuff, especially like The Devil's Backbone and Pan's Labyrinth. Fantastic films. Let the Right One In was a good movie. This, I think, is better. There's a more supernatural aspect into it. Right One was a little more ambiguous on what Abby actually is, and you never know if there's a supernatural element to it. And Right, and there more or less is in Let Me In, which you kind of see firsthand. I don't want to give it away. A lot of the scenes are almost shot for shot from Let the Right One In, but I think there's more of an intensity here, and I don't know why. But I'm going to say that there's more of an intensity, especially when the father gets caught. That part, I hope I'm not spoiling too much for you. It's a completely different scenario than it was in Let the Right One In. Pretty much the same ending to that particular set piece, but I think this one works a little more. I think it involves the viewer a little more if you want to, go that far. The movie, fantastic. Mood is set by the cinematography on this. It's just bleak. It's frozen like I am right now, and it's just got a sense of hopelessness to it. And then it kind of brightens up. Really good story, really good characters, really emotional film. I know since I reviewed the Blu-ray, I should talk about all the fantastic special features. If there is any, I didn't really see them. There's a little thing on the special effects. There's a featurette, but definitely check it out. So Let Me In, the verdict. Let the Right One In. I didn't actually review for the site, but I'm gonna say Let the Right One In. I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. Which this is not a review of Let the Right One In. This is a review of Let Me In. And Let Me In, I'm going to definitely say is a good 8.5 out of 10. I definitely recommend it. And it's got scares, but it also has elements that, of an art film. And, it probably should have won some awards. I don't know. There's some fantastic acting in it, and it's a really well-crafted film. And it looks fantastic. It's very emotional, very poignant, and it definitely is gruesome and scary in parts. So check it out, 8.5 out of 10. It's Let Me In. I'm Tom, nerdremix.com. Yes, I just reviewed a Blu-ray, and support independent cinema. Thanks.